I'm Ryan Palmer, gear editor at Bike Magazine. Welcome to the 2016 Bible of Bike Tests. We're here at Mike's Tiki Bar in the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont, riding the Kingdom Trails. And we're talking about the Liv Intrigue SX today. It's a kind of the radder version of Liv's Intrigue, which is normally a 140 bike. And this bike is 140, 160. It's got a slacker head tube angle as a result of the longer fork. It's really positioned as an all-mountain bike. So, where'd you guys ride this bike today?
Burke. Yeah, we rode it at Burke Mountain.
Okay.
And it is such a sweet descender.
I think rad is the word for it.
Yeah.
Like you ride it on, I'm a DH girl, this is a good DH bike. It goes down well.
Yeah. And I think this is the third year of the Intrigue, I believe, or the third version of the Intrigue.
Yeah.
And they made just such good changes this year. They changed a lot of the spec. They kind of just modernized it. They put a wider bar on it. I think it's a 740, and they put a 1x drivetrain, guide brakes. They just kind of gave it a really, they didn't change the frame or anything, but they just gave it a really good update, and I felt like that really showed riding it.
I've never ridden I didn't ride the second iteration, but I rode the first iteration and this one, and night and day between the two. The first one was good. This one is something that I would want to ride daily.
And they've gone with a beefed up shock as well, because the Liv,
the Debonair.
The regular one comes with the Debonair and or with the just Monarch, and this one comes with the Monarch Plus. Mm-hmm. So you've got a more robust, better damped shock on there.
Yeah. And I feel like, especially in the bike industry, the term plush is slightly overused.
It's like epic.
It's almost epic and it's overused. But this bike was the definition of plush. I mean, after going down, I almost wanted a cigarette. It was it just makes you feel like you can tackle things that are much bigger than you could normally tackle on any other bike. And there was a little bit of a sacrifice on the climb. I mean, it wasn't the zippiest climber, but it was fine.
It's true. We kept talking about
worth it.
Who's the bike kind of designed for, and I kept thinking about I'm somebody who likes to ride up, so I can ride a really good descent, and this is the kind of bike where you'll just deal with the climb because it's going to be so worth the payoff. The payoff is really good.
Right.
And it's an aluminum
so
frame. They haven't. I think on the equivalent men's model is the Trance, which I believe they have a carbon frame. They haven't done that with the Intrigue, but that's okay. I don't know. I didn't really notice.
It's okay because it keeps the cost down overall, and the spec for the aluminum is so good. Mm-hmm. I mean, you get nice stuff with this bike for the cost at least. And if you go to carbon, it's going to jack the price up a little bit. And, I mean, honestly, it still felt smooth. It still felt really good. It wasn't so heavy. It was just, like I've said before, you climb enough, you deal with the weight to really get a good descent. It isn't that heavy.
I mean, it's a solid parts kit as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
definitely. Yeah. It's
for $4,500.
Yeah, just under $4,500, and you get, there's probably nothing you'd want to upgrade out of the box.
I felt like the guide brakes were really confidence-inspiring. I mean, I felt like everything on the bike, everything about the bike was very confidence-inspiring.
Yeah.
So when I think about the rider that this bike is for, it's for either someone who already likes to go downhill fast or who likes to eat up big roots and big rocks fast, or it's for the person who just wants to feel more comfortable on trickier terrain.
Yeah. I definitely had to climb with the shock locked out to kind of reduce some of that feedback, which some of the other bikes I didn't necessarily need to do that. So I felt it a little bit more, but like we were saying, it didn't take away from the overall experience. You get to the bottom of the run and you're like, that was amazing. I want to do that again. That was one of the only bikes I really felt like that at the whole test.
And this is such a minor thing, but a lot of bikes in the smaller sizes don't have it. It had a water bottle cage.
Yeah, it's true.
Which
not a minor
so
thing.
Nice.
That's big.
It can be huge. So if you're a person who really likes the opportunity to be able to ride without a hydration pack, that's really nice to be able to get. I also like that this bike, it goes down, we rode it in a medium, it goes down
Extra small.
It goes all the way down to extra small.
Yeah.
And again, I'm I'm a very tall 5'4". I felt pretty okay on the medium.
Yeah.
But I love to know that smaller riders, younger kids who are shredders, smaller women, you know, those who are maybe in that 4'10", 5 foot range, have a solid bike to be able to choose.
This bike has really long, pretty long chain stays.
Right.
It's almost, it's a 17.6
17.6, I think,
inches. Yeah.
which is pretty long.
Which is pretty long. I mean, it sounds like you guys all have really positive things to say about the
Right.
bike. We really haven't heard anything negative yet. So it doesn't seem like that really slowed you guys down too much.
Well, I feel like they really balanced it out, because even though it has the longer chain stays, which usually means that it's not quite as poppy, it still has a very manageable wheelbase.
Yeah.
Right.
It's, I mean, even almost on the shorter side of the wheelbase, so it still feels very nimble, and I felt like the design, long chain stays included, really keep the bike grounded.
Planted. Yeah.
Who's going to ride this bike? Who's the best person for this
Lazy.
bike?
People who want to go fast downhill, or at least pretend like they go fast.
Yeah, I would say, you know, if you're gonna try to like kill that Strava QOM on the climb, this is not gonna be your weapon of choice. But if you're more concerned with, you know, if you ride more aggressive terrain, if you're or you're trying to ride more aggressive terrain, I think descending is really where this bike shines for sure.
All right. Well, there it is. That's the Liv Intrigue SX. You're watching the 2016 Bible of Bike Tests. For more, go to bikemag.com and check out our issue on newsstands.